Hello, welcome to Steve Knows, and this one is about some VR games that are available to be sideloaded onto the Quest, and that I've been playing and want to share them with you so you can get playing if you find something interesting as well, because I had tremendous fun playing them. Let's get the ball rolling, let's check out the games. First is Quake, a blast from the past. I haven't played this game since way back on PC, and I probably shouldn't have been playing it because I would have been a young child in 1996. But this VR adaptation of this game is truly, and I mean this, incredible. To be able to play such a nostalgic and culturally defining game in virtual reality with its old school retro graphics, which I am a sucker for, it ticked every box for me. And it's the full game. It's not just a 2-hour VR experience where you stand still. This game has it all, even multiplayer. It's a very fast-paced game, so you can play this game the way it was meant to be played and be shooting, dodging, and running around like a headless chicken until you feel very sick, which I did after playing this for an hour straight. It did start to affect me, and it's been a long time since I felt that way, which was hard because I just wanted to keep playing. The controls felt very intuitive as well. It wasn't uncomfortable in any way. There is such a variety of enemies in this game, as you old school gamers will know, that all attack you in different ways. So some of them you have to attack at a distance, dodging projectiles. Some are better to just blast with a shotgun whilst you run through the area, not giving them the time of day. Then at the last level of the episode, you'll have to face the final boss. Wow. To tackle these mother duckers, you have such an abundance of weapons, ranging from simple shotguns and machine guns to high-powered Gatling guns and rocket launchers. It's always a great moment when you go and you find a new weapon and you get to experience a different playstyle, a different way to approach these enemies. Unlike Doom and your descension into hell, Quake has a more gothic theme with a variety of environments such as castles, secret labs, dungeons, and this game is not easy. But that's part of the fun, getting into the mode of pure destruction, trying to get past the next stage. And then when you finally do, the rush of endorphins is such a great feeling. And the freedom of the quest is great for this kind of game, as you have to be aware of your surroundings, aware of what's going on around you, because you can be easily surrounded by 10, 12, 15 enemies at once, all trying to take you out. This is a great game to experience again for us older lot, and definitely an amazing game for new gamers all over the world to try out. I would definitely have paid for this game if it came out on the store. Wrong Voyage Ex. This game is creepy. It starts off really cool. I was really excited to get into this awesome retro styled world. I was literally just saying not long ago that I wanted a retro VR pixelated game, and this is pretty awesome. A very fleshed out experience with very steady frame rates and smooth gameplay. I'm impressed by this one. This is an FPS puzzle game where you are to progress through varying worlds, shooting enemies with your blaster. And these enemies are weird. There is a glowing green thing, a running at me thing with an Illuminati for a head, a zombie, spiders, just the most random mix of monsters. And I have to admit of being slightly scared at moments in this game, like when you're walking through the underground lair and there's skulls and hooks hanging from the ceiling. It's so eerie. To continue progressing, you have to find switches and shoot them. This unlocks doors to enable you to find more switches and open more doors to get out of the area. That's the puzzle. This is a maze game with shooting. And the most charming thing about this game for me is the art style. Elements like the grass or a bush, the textures, they're all styled like an old school retro game of Doom, where it's a 2D image but in a VR world. I love it. I really love it. I want more retro styled VR games. Maybe a platformer with a god view, like Astrobot, but for Oculus. This game has a lot of levels as well. It doesn't end after a few puzzles, and for a free experience, this is one on the list that is the most modern, the most reliable, and the most engaging experience for sure. I was constantly interested in the worlds around me. Even though they were simple, they were captivating. I really didn't know what to expect diving into this one, but I was pleasantly surprised. It reminds me of Another World, that old school game for some reason. Hardlight Blade. This game gave me something I didn't even know that I wanted. This is a bit of fun. Not a full-fledged game, but an incredibly enjoyable experience where you get high scores and compete against your friends. The game starts off with you choosing your dual-wielded weapon, a tough choice between a lightsaber and an axe, with the ability to customize them with whatever color you desire. I wouldn't spend too long deciding what color you want because it makes no difference unless, you know, Fashhun. Once chosen, let the games begin, and you have to survive as long as possible. If you've chosen the lightsaber, you'll be slicing off body parts of the challenging robots. I do like that when you kill them, you see the slice mark, the burn mark that goes right through them. If you've got the axe, you can slice them up too, but you also have the ability to hold down the trigger and shoot the axe at the enemy, and oh, it flies. The longer you hold the trigger down, the further the axe goes, until you release it and it comes flying back. And you're also able to hit the enemies on the way back as well. It makes you feel like Kratos, but from a sci-fi movie. And there are plenty of enemy types for you to tackle in this one with a spiky battering ram, one that shoots lasers very slowly, but you can hit them with your weapon to destroy the bullets. There are ones with lightsabers, there are big ones with lightsabers, and they also increase with difficulty and in numbers as time goes on. This game is made for the wildest freedom of the quest. You're always spinning watching your back because they appear from everywhere. The creepy part of this game is the blind mode, where all the lights are out except the glow of your weapons, and the enemies, they just appear out of the dark, so you have to be on your toes. It's a nice little change in game modes as well, such a simple change, making it feel like there's a lot more content. It has a very arcadey feel to it, which I love. It's just about having fun. Too many games are overly complex these days, and it's not something you're going to play forever or for hours on end, but something you'll play occasionally with friends, or when you're bored. It's a great option. The graphics are nothing special either, it's a simple arena and very basic textures. And it's free, and it plays well, no complaints. My favourite part of this game has to be the music. Oh, the soundtrack is awesome. You'll end up wanting to play another game just to listen and jam to the music again. I loved it. Next is baseball. In the UK, we don't have much baseball, so this was an interesting one to play, and I was terrible at it. But if you're a big fan, then this is for you, because you can play without leaving your front room. Well, kinda. You can't run around the field, which is upsetting. You have available many game modes, which is nice, because each one is a simple mini game related to baseball. You can play catch, where the pitcher will throw balls at you and you have to catch them with your glove. Simple enough, but you may miss some. This was a really good way to gain some depth perception in the VR headset to learn about your spatial awareness. You can hit a ball with a bat, and oh boy, you have to swing to get any power out of it. I was just flicking my wrist for ages and the ball would just flop to the ground until I decided to give it a half decent swing, and finally I got some distance, but still no home runs. You can act as the umpire too, trying to predict if the ball is a strike or a foul ball when the pitcher throws you a curveball. But my favourite mode is the gun mode, where you have dual-wielded pistols and you have to shoot the ball that the pitcher throws. This is a great way to improve your reaction time and also your accuracy skills. I could have been there for ages shooting this ball that the pitcher was throwing. Could be a great Mr. Beast video. 24 hours shooting baseball. There wasn't much to this game apart from that, but it was fun to play and it was free. So why not? Pavlov. I have no doubt in my mind that you know of this one. This is an awesome side-loaded game, an online multiplayer VR shooter with the most realistic gun mechanics I've ever experienced in any game, not just a VR game. It actually provides something that wasn't before possible in any other shooter, until VR existed. It doesn't give you any instruction on how to play the game either, which is part of the charm. When it loads up, you're in the gun range, and at first I would just disregard this bit because I'd want to get in online and start shooting people. But as time goes on, I spent more and more time practicing my distance shots or my fast reloads to get my John Wick skill level up. There is such a huge variety of guns in this game, and they all handle very differently, and if you want to be effective online, you need to learn how to use them. And use them well. It's this skill gap and learning curve which brings me so much joy in playing this game. Getting an enemy kill, running out of ammo, emptying the clip, pulling a new ammo clip from my side into the gun and cocking your weapon ready to shoot the next enemy. It's incredible. It's a great feeling. Like with a shotgun, once you've shot a bullet, you have to pump it before you can shoot again. With a single shot rifle, you shoot a single bullet. You have to cock the weapon, remove the old casing, put in another bullet into the chamber, and fire again. I think I'm getting trigger happy for this game. It makes me want to go to a shooting range. There are a few maps for you to try. Some are unfinished like the container yard, and some are getting there like data center. But the graphics, they're really not impressive. But do you really care about the graphics with an experience as fun and as unique as this? It doesn't faze me personally. It is awesome. I hope more maps come as the game progresses. I really enjoy looking down my sights as I move round corners in the most immersive way possible. I'm so glad Pavlov was not denied from the Oculus Store. Over the moon. That's my list of sideloaded games that you can try right now. If you want to know how to sideload, I'll put a video up here so you can check it out. All these games here are not available on the Oculus Store, but if you ever come across a game that is available on the store and available to be sideloaded, you should purchase it. Because if we don't support these developers that are making these great games, they'll go bust and we'll only be left with companies like EA. Oh, none of us want that. I hope there was something here that you enjoyed. Thanks for watching Steve Knows. Happy gaming. Good day.